Hey everybody, welcome back to 14 Rings and NFC East podcast. I'm your host Lucas with Mal, Maurice, and JT, and we are recording week 13 now is in the books, guys, and it was quite a spectacular week, but only one team won. Congratulations, JT. I know you're happy about that.
Congratulations.
That being said, before we get into the episode, of course, we have to review each matchup, preseason predictions that we made. So for the Giants game, week 13, three of us had a win there. One of us had a loss. Who was the person that had the loss? Now, Mal, uncover that head. So who was the person that had them predicting a loss?
That's right,
Me.
you, Lucas.
Yo, you won't blame me, okay. Anybody else? You think it was you, Earl? I mean, JT? Okay, maybe. Mal?
I think it was me.
It was actually Maurice. Trying to put the blame on other people. Come on now, Maurice.
Huh? I did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had them
interesting.
losing. All right, Eagles.
I was
We all had a
tripping.
win there. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Disappointing
Enough
loss. So sad.
And then for the Cowboys, we all had them losing that game, actually. And
All
then
of us?
for the Commanders outside of me, all of us, yeah. And then outside of me, we all had the Commanders losing. I was overly optimistic for the Commanders this season, but we'll get into that in due time. That being said, the sole winner of the week, JT, the floor is yours. Enjoy yourself.
Yes. I can finally talk about this game. It's been feel like forever since Thanksgiving, and hopefully everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving. I surely enjoyed
Good.
mine.
Gobble, gobble.
Family, friends, fellowship, and seeing my Cowboys win on Thanksgiving yet again. Thank you, Cowboys. We won. Let me double check the score just to make sure, because it was a while ago. Here we go. All right. Dallas Cowboys won 31-28. And one thing that I noticed from this game is that this was a big game. It was actually a big game for both teams because it was seeing who would advance more in the playoff hunt. I know the Chiefs were kind of outside looking in, and the Cowboys outside looking in, trying to call it a comeback to rewrite the wrongs of earlier in the season. This was actually a high-stake game, and I was glued to the TV screen watching it because I saw my team rise to the occasion in a big game. I saw my quarterback rise to a big game. And to go head-to-head against one of the so-called GOATs in the league and Patrick Mahomes and Dallas securing the dub, I'll take that. And the more and more that I'm looking at what occurred in this game, the more that got me excited on what is to come with the rest of this season. I got a chance to see my offense establish a physicality in the trenches, and I got a chance to see my defense build and be physical in the trenches. And the more and more I feel that we're getting healthier, the better I believe my team is going to go just to finish out the season. If they make the postseason, that's fine. But if we come up short and at least I saw my team fighting and competing, that's enough for me. Because one thing that I noticed from the beginning of the season, I saw the potential in this team that they can do special things to execute what they needed to. And in this game, they were able to do that. At first, it was a little shaky. Dak threw an interception in his first series, and that led to a touchdown by the Chiefs. But after that, they went back down the field. They responded from that. And I think that was kind of the most error thing that I saw from it, especially with the turnover, because Dallas was the only one to have that turnover in this game. The Chiefs' defense, they're still respectable.
Yeah, but they're not the elite squad that they used to be.
And nor here or there. I mean, it's a wacky season. But the Chiefs, they still... All right. The situation with the Chiefs is that they really haven't been what most people have seen. And maybe that's showing that the dynasty that the Chiefs have had is starting to diminish. But still, with them still being able to compete in this game to try to at least move themselves up and try and get into the playoff hunt, it was a big game regardless for both teams because we're normally not seeing Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs like in the playoff hunt. Like normally they will be seated somewhere going into the postseason. So with this game, both teams were around 6 and Dallas was 5-5-1, Chiefs were 6-5, and Dallas came out with the dub. They're 6-5-1. One thing that went wrong, I got a chance to see Eberflus kind of get back into the zone with his defense, and I saw that there was some miscommunication at certain times. Patrick Mahomes still had a serviceable game. He had 4 touchdowns. He had over 200 yards passing, but he was able to hit his key weapons when it mattered most. But my defense made it very tough for him to get those yards, but he still was able to carve them up at certain times where I think the zone isn't where it should be with Dallas, where they need to focus more on man. Because I see when my team plays man, they play a lot better because they have that interior pressure with Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and Osa. And it helps the edges out too to get home. Jadeveon Clowney, he had a good game. He had 2 sacks. He was very just moving that pocket around. He was hunting Patrick Mahomes down. And that's what I like to see from my defense is hustling to the ball. Wherever it is, you be right there. Do not let the ball get away. And I got a chance to see them make improvements from that. So I think the only thing that went wrong there was the early turnover, as well as just some of the zone coverages was busted open. And it was kind of showing that bend, but don't break in their defense. And with those touchdowns, they broke. I'm going to shift over to the good. When Dallas runs the football and they run it with efficiency, they normally control the game. And Javonte Williams, he had a good game. I want to give a shout out to Malik Davis. He ripped off a 43-yard touchdown, and he kind of built himself to be a RB2. And where I need Dallas to fully strive down this stretch, they need to figure out their RB duo. And with Javonte Williams, he's around, I think, 955 yards. He's close to 1,000. And be another season where Dallas has a running back to hit 1,000, but he needs somebody to compare with him. Malik Davis stepped up, made an impact play. He was a spark that helped the offense. Dak Prescott, as usual, when he plays in these games, he keeps the team going with that. Even after the 1 interception, he had 320 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he got the ball to his star players. CeeDee Lamb, one thing that was good. I said he needed to have a bounce back game. It happened against the Chiefs. Against the number 1 corner, Trent McDuffie, cooked them pretty much the whole game. CeeDee Lamb had 7 receptions for 112 yards and a touchdown. And George Pickens had 6 receptions for 88 yards. So they were still in that range where both could have had 100 yards in the game, but one of them got the touchdown, and that's okay. But it showed an immediate impact when Dak was able to deliver the ball as a point guard. He got the ball to his key guys. And the more and more I'm looking at this offense, my offensive line is improving, and they're not there yet. I knew that there was promise with this offensive line going into the season, but they're not fully gelled. But they're close. They're close. They're establishing a physical presence where I needed them to do that. They were able to execute that. Another thing, Schottenheimer, he coached a better game than he did last week against the Eagles, where he got the ball where it needed to go. He took risks. It was like a chess match in this game against Andy Reid. And I want to give respect to Andy Reid and the Chiefs. They're still that team to show respect to. But in a game with this ability and you have Spags coaching the defense, anything could have happened in this game. And my Cowboys decided to show that to prove the doubters wrong with those that said, oh, it's just the Raiders. Oh, it's just the Eagles. And now they want to try to say, oh, this is against the Chiefs. You got to realize and show that the Cowboys are becoming better. And I believe the league needs to understand that, because if they do what I think that they can do and they sneak into the dance, uh-oh. My player of the game is Dak Prescott. He played a really good game. Salute to you, brother. And continue to add on being the most in the QB passing leader for the Cowboys. Continue to add that stat. I digress. What do y'all think?
So I just want to say, you guys are definitely playing good at the right time in order to make a run. And look, we'll get to Maurice's team in a second, but they are not a lock to repeat as champions anymore in the NFC East. You guys are live for that race now.
We'll see who
Congratulations.
finished the finish line.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That being said, yeah, look, I mean, you guys are looking more like a balanced team. You know, injuries really decimated you guys. I think you could say for the majority of the team, at least for the Cowboys and the Commanders, you know, to an extent, the Giants as well. I don't think the Eagles are dealing with too many injuries, but injuries have dictated the race in the NFC East this year, and you guys are getting healthy at the right time.
Well, I mean, injuries that occurred last season too. Like
Injuries
anything is
gonna
like
happen.
injuries happen.
Yeah, I'm just saying that
It's-
you guys are getting healthy at the right time, and you could say that injuries definitely impacted
And
the teams this year.
you could say that, but last season my team didn't make the postseason. They could have, but hey, there was guys that stepped up when they needed to. And if I can say is that if you know that your guys are hurting, like it's the next man up mentality with who steps up to help better your team. I don't even have all my full corners healthy. Diggs they opened up the 21 window with him. And if he comes back, that's going to help out a lot. But we're still working with Bland and then Revel playing in his second game and Kalen Carson playing in his second game. And it's a lot of new faces. And hey, they're working together. And I think really with the interior presence of Quentin Williams and those trades, they're really making a difference, especially on the defense side of the ball. And I want to give credit to Tyler Booker, where Dallas didn't give up a sack in this game. And I give credit to the front five. And Tyler Booker is what Dallas drafted him to be, a physical presence. And he's got some really good stats. I can't get all of them to you right now, but I would put his name in for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anybody else?
It's possible. They shot themselves in the foot early,
Mhm.
and I think if they would have just done, I think the egos in office really affected what the players can do, where they weren't playing the right guys, and it showed. It's to the point the fan base, including myself and content creators, are saying, "Yo, you need to play the right guys," and they're just stubborn with it. And I think after this trade deadline, maybe with with just the anger around the nation who are Cowboy fans, that really showed like, okay, we really got to turn this around. But they just really didn't let Shotty cook, and hopefully it's not too late. But they really shot themselves in the foot at the early part. So, but I'm happy to see the progression. But at the same time, some of those games that we lost, like the game to Arizona, Carolina, those hurt big time, because I think those were winnable games. It's just you didn't play the correct guys, and then they just played bully ball with you. And I think that was just kind of the ego stuff, especially on the defense with Eberflus. And yeah, I think this team, if you play to their strengths, I believe they can compete with anybody in this league. And seeing them go up against the Eagles, regardless of their situation, they're still reigning Super Bowl champs. They were leading the division, and you saw the Kansas City Chiefs, who were still respectable, trying to get in the postseason. Those were two key big games, and my Cowboys answered the call.
All right, Mal.
Yeah, just quick. I think that your defense has been struggling for a majority of the year, but I think what's contributing a lot to the success of the Cowboys currently is the fact that that Dak and the offense are outpacing the defense at this point, and I think that's what you needed all along. In the end, there's next year to fine tune the defense. Your secondary has been hurt, so it's been a little more difficult. Quinnen Williams completely changed your defensive team in total. That one guy, that one trade, really, really, just a really good decision by Jerry there.
I give credit to Jerry for staying up to get that trade done. He was up like 1 a.m, even after that Monday night game, trying to figure out like, okay, I need to get somebody in here ASAP. And I think they already had the Logan Wilson trade in, but the Quinnen Williams one was a surprise one for me. And we have Quinnen Williams now, and I know I said this a couple podcasts ago, maybe in our like first season, second season of the podcast, where I said that Micah is a queen piece for the defense, and you got to play to help the queen. And I think Quinnen Williams is that big queen now that really helps the defense, and everyone else is able to do their part because that piece on the chessboard is making an immediate impact. But yeah, if they're able to shore up everything, and it's just one game at a time, and we got Detroit coming up, got the barbershop talk coming up for that. So Cowboys Nation, stay tuned for that. And yeah, it's just one game at a time, and I'm happy for what I'm seeing. But those trades really helped.
Did you hear the report that Jerry Jones initially tried to trade for Quinnen Williams with Michael Parsons early in the season?
First round pick. Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Jets did not do that.
I am too.
Well, it actually worked out for the Cowboys, though.
I also don't think the Jets thought they were going to be as bad as they were.
And
no, true. It worked out for the Cowboys, though. They got both. They got two.
One.
Yeah.
Look, I'm happy. I'm enjoying this ride this season. But I saw my defensive line room go from Mozzie Smith and a no name and a rookie Jay Toya to upgrading into Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and then having Osa finally step up after getting his contract. The defensive line room is a lot better, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. I'm enjoying the shoes.
Right.
Is it the shoes? It is.
All right, well, I think it's about time to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles.
Black Friday game.
Yeah, Black Friday. It was black, all right. It was nasty.
Got a blackout, all right. Didn't
the offense is blacked out. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned last week, I'm not going to go on a tangent every week about this offense. It's putrid. It sucks. I think we all know this right now. They're rated at the bottom of the league with the Titans and the Jets when it comes to their offense. It's no laughing matter.
That's kind of wild with the amount of talent you have.
Went from number one,
ouch,
to
being near last on offense.
Yeah, one of the worst offenses in the league. Too much talent. It comes down to a lot of factors. Not going to go along with it on this one because I've talked about it too much. The identity of this team is running, and they can't run the ball. The offensive line is just horrible this year. Whatever factors, they're not healthy.
Okay, they're not horrible. They're just average for the first time, and you guys are so used to them being elite that when they can't do what they've always been able to do, they're horrible.
I don't think they're horrible.
Let them finish.
Okay.
I don't think they're average. I think they're below average. Mind you, they don't have Lane Johnson right now. Cam Jurgens was out for a couple games. Dickerson was out for a couple games. Jordan Mailata's not having a great season. It's a lot of factors. A downgrade from Becton to Steen. There's a lot of things going on with that offensive line, and that's the crux of, in my opinion, that's the crux of what's wrong with the offense. The offensive line is bad, which means Saquon Barkley is bad, which means they can't spread the field to get to the passing game, and the passing game is suffering, which means the quarterback looks bad. Once again, not the best Jalen Hurts game. And that's on him. And I'm not. That's separate from the offensive woes. The quarterback has to play good. Simple as that. He's missed targets. Little too safe with his throws. Very conservative. That's been part for the course for Jalen Hurts a lot of this season. And maybe it's a Super Bowl hangover. Maybe he's just turnover averse at this point. I don't know. It's a lot of things, but altogether the offense is not in sync, and it's showing right now. The offense is really bad. When you have the commentators, the announcers talking about it, and then it gets to a point where the fans are upset.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't even mention the score of the game. The score was 24-15. The offense was so bad. It was a certain point where I just had no hope that the Eagles would come back and win this game. It felt like they were down way more than they were. It felt like they were down 20-0. That's what it felt like.
Yep.
Now, I'm gonna go back to my my matchup preview, and I'm gonna take something back. I admit when I'm wrong. I can admit that. On my matchup, I said Chicago Bears are frauds. I take that back.
Oh,
I apologize.
You apologize.
Now, I apologize. Now, do I think the Chicago Bears are like the world beaters, the best team in the NFC East, NFC conference? No, I don't.
No.
But they are the number one team right now. So
They're good. They're legit.
I have to give them credit. They're good. Do I think they're unstoppable? No. I don't think no team in the entire league, NFL, is like unstoppable right now. Anybody could be beat. I truly
Any
believe
given
that.
night.
And I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles, if they can win the division and get into the playoffs, I have confidence in them that they can go far. I do. Because it's a one-game elimination, and I do believe the Eagles have the talent. Now, defensively, it wasn't a great game. Actually, this is one of the worst games Vic Fangio was coached as the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just going to give you one stat. 180 yards rushing. 180 yards rushing the Chicago Bears had on the Philadelphia Eagles before contact.
Ooh, before contact.
Before contact.
That's wild.
This was a horrible game for them in the run defense. I thought the defensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles, Carter, Davis, they got pushed. They got pushed around. Now, the reason why they got pushed pretty easily were the snap count. They were on the field alive because the offense was going 3 and out. So when you're on the field that much, you take an many snap count, and they're going to get manhandled. And the Chicago Bears does have a really good offensive line. Now let me mention this. Kyle Monogany, 130 yards rushing on 22 carries. DeAndre Swift, 18 carries, 125. Both had touchdowns. So, I mean, between the two of them, that's over 250 yards. Altogether, they had 281 yards rushing. Caleb Williams only
I was going to get to that, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's pitiful. Pitiful defense by the Philadelphia Eagles. I know that's something they can correct, but they got to get help from the offense. They can't be on the field for, 80 plays. What was the time of possession?
Got to be balanced.
Yeah, you really do got to be balanced. I know it's hard when you can't run, but the Chicago Bears had 39 minutes of time of possession. Almost 40 minutes. The Eagles had 20. Just imagine your defense is on the field for 39 minutes. Come on now. That's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Now, going back to the game, Saquon had 56 yards rushing. Not good enough. But A.J. Brown had 10 receptions for 132 yards. So I guess he's happy. But overall, horrible game. Team has to play better all around. What else can you really say about the Eagles right now is, like I've mentioned many times before, this is a team that's going to win games based off their talent. I don't think the coaching staff has put this team in a position, specifically on offense. The coaching staff on the offensive side hasn't put them in a position to win football games. The Philadelphia Eagles have 5 games left. They play the Chargers. I will get into that with my matchup preview. We don't know as of right now if Justin Herbert will play or not. That could decide the game. After that, they play the Raiders. They play the Commanders, the Buffalo Bills, and the Commanders again at the end of the season. Philadelphia Eagles have to win 2 games to lock up the division. 3, they're guaranteed to win it by, all the numbers. They're guaranteed to win the division with 3 games, with 3 wins. 2 wins, then you got to hope the Cowboys, close your ears, Earl, you have to hope the Cowboys lose 2 games. So we're at that point now with the Philadelphia Eagles. We're watching what's going on in Dallas to see if they can win the division, slide in there, and win the division. Because at this point, we're struggling. We're limping into the playoffs. And, this is going to be a battle nutrition coming down the stretch here because my personal opinion, I don't believe this Philadelphia Eagles offense can turn around in December. And if this is the trend now, then I don't have a lot of faith in this team in the playoffs. But like I said, once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. So I always hold that faith out there for me. But before I ask any questions, we want to talk about something else. And this is to all of the Philadelphia Eagles fans and Philadelphia fans in general.
Get them.
There's a fine line between enjoying sports, it being a part of your life, and then you toe that line and go on the other side and you make it personal and you involve family and people's well-beings. That's crazy. That's pretty despicable. It's something that will piss me off if I was in those shoes. And this is the biggest reason why Philadelphia sports fans get the bad rap that we do. It's idiots like them, like kids out here throwing eggs at Kevin Patullo's house in New Jersey and recording it and putting it on TikTok.
Crazy work.
It's those type of people that give us real, genuine sports fans who love this, who, in my particular case, was born and raised in Philadelphia, still live here, been a sports fan of all 4 teams, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, Phillies, even the Metro, all my life. And, we get lumped in with everybody else when it comes to whether it's throwing snowballs at Santa Claus 65, 70 years ago.
Batteries.
Or throwing batteries. There you go, Mal. Damn. Even Mal knows it. She remembers it. Yeah. I mean, it's the reputation that we get because of idiots like these people out here that want to record something and put it on social media.
I didn't know that they recorded it. That's wild. And that's stupid. Yeah. Can we just talk about in general, and this is not just for sports, this is for anything. Do not record first off, don't do crime. Yeah. But secondly, if you're going to do crime, don't be stupid enough to first record it and then put it on social media. That is one of the
already-
stupidest things that you can do
It
as
is.
a person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen when you get it on social media? Do you think people are going to love it? No, some
No.
might, but they're idiots too. And they're going to end up, and I'm sorry for calling some people idiots, they are. If you
Yeah.
post you doing crimes on social media, you are an idiot. I am
Yep.
sorry,
Stubborn.
but it is true.
Nonsense.
No, I hope the people that was involved in that, you don't know, he could have had kids at home. It was at nighttime. The kids could have been asleep. Family was there.
Traumatized.
You don't know. I hope they get prosecuted. I really do.
Yeah.
I hope they do. You know, you can't do
break
stuff like
the
that.
law. I mean, yeah, look.
Yeah.
Look. There's only one night of the year that quote unquote it is quote unquote okay to egg a house, and that is mischief night. But even then, I probably wouldn't.
Mischief night is not what it
Still
used to
be.
be. So that's
It's
not
not
what
what
it
it
used
used to. It's
No,
not
it's
what
not
it
what it
used to
used
be.
to
It's
be.
been
No.
flipped
But
upside
that's
down.
not even what we're talking about here.
Do not commit crimes based off of how you feel for a football team. It's
Absolutely.
a sport.
That's
It's a
that is
game. It's a game.
It's entertainment
There we go.
is what it is.
Yeah. So hopefully
It's
we
a-
find these people, and hopefully they can shoot them somewhere in
Well,
non-existent anymore. So,
Like Joe Burrow said, they are paid millions of dollars to play a kid sport.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is
so
a kid sport, guys.
that's
Let's
all
not
I'm gonna
freak
say
out.
about that. Any questions about the Eagles game?
No,
Go ahead,
I mean
Maurice.
you kind of covered it. I don't really have
Yeah.
much else to say.
I think that the O-line has been a huge issue for you. I agree with you, Maurice. I think they're playing at a below average, not even average spot right now. I mean, it's apparent. Someone like Saquon, listen, I watched it for years. With the Giants and their horrible O-line. Saquon's an elite talent. If you can't get him going, you're going to have a hard time on offense.
Yeah. Sure.
If you don't French fry when you need the pizza, you're gonna have a hard
Well, the
time.
thing is that gets me about Patullo's offense is he's not even using Saquon as a receiving threat. Saquon is a fantastic receiving threat as well. Like, use him, involve him. I'm just lost on the whole thing.
I think Patullo's trying to make sure that AJ Brown stays healthy, happy. Sorry, not healthy, happy, and that's not how you should be doing it.
Well, it's coming at the expense of everybody else.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and the team,
Yeah.
Go ahead, GT.
Well, I understand the AJ Brown thing, but after looking at it, I really feel like the offense should go under Smitty. I think the pressure of so much going on with AJ saying, I want the ball, they're really not looking at it as like, okay, this dude is really being a headache. And even trying to get through football with it, it just, for you guys, is just kind of, you got to find that spark. And if I'm looking at it correctly, Saquon, he had the spark last season. I think the offense need to go through Smitty, show the reason why he's there. I think, honestly, with everything going on, I think he could be the wide receiver one because he can go get those catches. He can make the plays. He can stretch the field and do whatever needs to be done. But if you're looking at your offensive line, yeah, the trenches is definitely key. But if you're looking at your monsters of an offensive line, one of the key components is with the Chargers, and then Lane.
He just got benched, by the way.
Crazy work, and then you got two of your other star-stud linemen that are hurt. It's just you got movable pieces, but they're not. The gel is melted, so it's basically you got to figure out how you can salvage what you're doing, and if that means making your running backs receivers as well, air it out to them. Have them make plays. Create a spark. It's just right now, it's just very dull with what you want to do in the offense.
Dull
I want
and
to shift to
predictable.
I want to shift to the defense.
Hang on, JT. Before you do that, I just want to make one statement here. Is it crazy that we're talking about the Eagles having the worst offensive line in the division right now?
No, I don't know about that one. The Giants
My
are so bad,
offensive
too.
line. No, they're not.
The who?
The Giants' offensive line is not bad.
They're ranked like 14th right now. Give us some credit in something.
Yeah, no. Maurice,
Okay.
you guys is the
14?
worst offensive line. Because my offensive line is fine. JT's
Granted,
offensive
though-
line is good.
Hold on.
Those linemen have had an out-of-body experience. It's not going to last long.
And
Let's just throw that out there.
Can we just bask in the moment and not think about the future too much? I'm just saying, bask in it.
That's all I gotta care about is the future because I can't win a game.
At least your offensive line is finally good for 1 year.
Well, that's fantastic. Glad that's taken me somewhere this year.
It's somewhere.
I'm gonna finish this point so we can shift over to Miles' game.
We didn't do
Lucas's.
Yeah.
Your game. Yeah, your Sunday night, buddy. Okay, so basically the defense, they're on the field too long. The Bears established the physicality where I thought the defense, even though with the upgraded Phillips, it's just maybe they're just on the field too long, which is the case. But at the same time, I feel like this defense can make plays when they can. The only thing is somebody's going to have to be like, okay, question, who is your leader on defense?
Zach Bond. And he didn't have a really great game. I mean, obviously, the linebackers didn't have a good game. So, production? You go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, in there, you got to have someone that can make sure the guys are where they need to be. If Bond is that guy, then he's going to have to speak up a little more. He's going to have to get in these guys' ear and show the reason why they're there. And maybe, just maybe, some of the key guys that they're missing is hurting too. Where your whole team with the key guys that are no longer there or hurt is what's hurting the team. But at the same time, you still have other guys that know how to win to be able to rally. I think you just need to figure out which guys can help get y'all to rally. But I digress.
Yeah, before we move on to Lucas, when we did our preseason rankings, no one would have ever thought that Javonte Williams will have more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley.
Oh yeah, no.
That's crazy.
We got to give Javonte
955.
And
Saquon has 740 yards rushing in the season.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
This man ran for 2,000 last year.
I'll wait.
Yeah, that's great. But anyway, go ahead, Lucas.
All right, so it's time for the Commanders breakdown here, guys. We lost in overtime on a crazy defensive play. Kudos to them. Look, I'm not a big, proponent. Moral victories, but I think there is some positives that you can take away from this game. First off, we can agree that Denver is one of the best teams in the NFL right now. We played them to an overtime game where they took a last-second defensive play for them to beat us, right?
He was open, too.
Yeah, he was open, too. That's the crazy part. I also want to note that, I'm not saying that, the refs stole the game from us, but, they did steal about 20 seconds and a lot of yards from us near the end of regulation on two bad calls.
Not to cut you off, but it was
crazy, right?
One play, they literally got the rule wrong.
They got the rule wrong. Yeah, no, it was not, what was it? It was not intentional grounding.
Yeah.
And Terry was sacked.
Yeah, he was out of.
Terry was sacked.
He was.
Yeah, so and that cost us time and yards. Who knows? Maybe we would have had a real chance to go for a touchdown at the end of the game. Who knows, right? But, I can't even, you know what? We can't leave the game in the hands of the referees, but that really sucks.
Nope.
I'm not going to lie. That sucks. And look, we played our hearts out. And look, having Terry in the game makes a load of the difference when Terry's healthy and playing. 7 receptions, 96 yards. He opened up things for Zach. He opened up things for Debo. So, look, when you have the guys there, and look, I'm not even mad at Mariota. He threw an interception, but look, he's a backup quarterback. He played as well as you would hope a backup quarterback would play in this game, right?
Yeah.
And the defense, look, we held the Dolphins to 16 points last week with Dan Quinn play calling, and this week we held a really high-powered offense Broncos team to 27 points in overtime. That's a win. That is a win in my book, guys. That is a win in my book. And by the way, Dan Quinn said he hasn't made a decision yet. He's not really thinking about it, but he did leave the idea open of him calling defensive plays next year too, which I am all for. I'm all for it. If Joe Witt Jr., nope, I'm sorry, you can't. You're not allowed anymore.
So I guess he will be gone then.
Who knows? JT?
Should be.
You remember what we talked about with the defense
What we
and
need?
with the situation with Quinn?
Oh, so yeah, that's another thing. So I talked to JT over the weekend. Was it the weekend? I think it was the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Over the weekend, and we were talking about Dan Quinn as a head coach and what he needs to thrive. So Dan Quinn is a good culture guy. We all know this. He's good vibes. But he's good vibes for veteran teams. Think about it. When he took over in Seattle, he as the DC, it was a veteran team. When he was the head coach in Atlanta, that was a veteran team. Now Dallas was like the lone exception, and they even they still have veteran pieces on that roster.
Maybe about 40%.
Yeah, so
everything else.
But overall, Dan Quinn has not really had to develop talent that often. And if he has, it's been a hit or miss, right? Mozzie Smith being one of the most famous misses, right? So when it comes to it, Dan Quinn is a good head coach for a veteran team. But we're in a rebuild. This should not be a veteran team. And that's where we're going to have a clash of, can he develop? And the guys that he has on his coaching staff are more meant for coaching veteran guys than player development. Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, yeah, he developed guys in college, but he hasn't done it in the pros. Who in Arizona left over from his regime has looked better? Nobody. Actually, Kyler Murray's about to lose his job if he hasn't. He's about to be in a new uniform next year. So Cliff can't develop talent. Anthony Lynn, he can do running backs. Yeah, okay. Anthony Lynn might, right? But you look at the defensive side of the ball. Joe Witt, no. And JT pointed it out. What's his name? Was really the backbone of player development in Dallas when he was
Al Harris.
Al Harris, yeah. So look, he did not get a lot of player development guys, and that's hurting us now with some of the young guys not being able to produce on a regular basis or not breaking into the rotation. So
he's doing some stuff kind of new, but he's taking in what he had when he was in Dallas.
Yeah,
he's trying to create something with what he's doing, but it's the injuries played a factor, but it's also guys replacing other guys who, if they were on the team, I think it would have been a lot easier. And one of the guys is Emmanuel Forbes. And then if you're looking at Chase Young, Montez Sweat, those are like pieces that Quinn could have used.
Yeah.
Even after the Rivera regime.
So. Yeah. But the team sold off most of them. But like Cam Curl. I mean, even Benjamin St. Juste is having a better stint now than he did in DC. And, I think part of that is coaching. And, I'm not saying that we should have kept all these guys, but, it would have been nice to keep some of these guys and try to develop them or recorrect some of the problems that Rivera brought in. But, anyway, that's not even the main point of this. Look, so when healthy, we can play well. The thing is, can we get healthy, and what happens after we get healthy? Some people say, we still need to sit Jaden now that we're officially eliminated from the playoffs. Hey, Mal, I'm in the club now with you two. But no, I honestly think that we just need to play with everybody and see what we got for next year. See who we got, see what we got. Draft pick, whatever it is. I think we just need to see what we got so that Adam Peters can make a fair assessment to see what we need to add next offseason. But Adam Peters, I need a better offseason from you this year, after this year, okay? You need to have a better one. This was not a good offseason for you. Well, that being said, that's all I got to say. Look, I didn't even talk too much about the game because I think we played it as best as we could against a really good team. Mm-hmm. I don't really have that many complaints. My complaints mainly go with the refs.
You guys played hard.
Player of the game.
Player of the game? Hard. Ooh, that's a tough one. Oh gosh. So many choices.
McLaurin did pretty good.
I'll give it to McLaurin. Oh, and one other thing that I want to add.
I'll give it to you.
So I'll also say this. Some people have been floating the idea of switching Quan Martin back to a cornerback because that's what he played as a nickel because that's what he played in college, and they tried to make him into a safety in the NFL.
Look at that.
And I'm
Look
going to
at
agree
that.
with him. I think that's probably a good because he's struggling at safety. Let's see what he can do at corner. But
It's
that's an
amazing
offseason.
when you put guys who played their position. I don't like how some players are playing out of their position because it hurts them, like in certain. But that could be a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, look, it could be. We'll see. That's an off-season move. I feel like you got to transition him back to corner. I don't think you can just throw him into the fire at this point. But like, you know,
True.
yeah, there are moves to be made. Also, I did like what I saw from Traylon Burks.
What a catch!
That was a crazy catch. I think he is a look. You know, I've been lamenting about Emmanuel Forbes recently, but look, we were able to take another former first-round pick, and he's been looking good in limited run here. I mean, he could be a part of the future solution. So we'll see.
Well, speaking of wide receivers, there was some reports that the Redskins.
Dude, you were about to say Redskins.
Yeah, the Commanders will be looking at Brandon Ayuk. You want him
look.
Hey,
he's younger than.
Could be.
What is he, like 27, 28?
Mm-hmm. Coming off injury.
I mean, yeah, it looks like San Francisco's going to move on from him. I mean, look, that's Jaden's guy. If he's your, number one guy, you definitely want to look at him. Obviously, there's a relationship with him and Peters, and we have the cap space to make it work. So I don't see why not.
You can
probably get him.
You had to move McLaurin.
No, you can move. You can keep McLaurin, Debo, and Brandon all together.
That's
Is Debo on a 1-year deal?
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, Debo could walk. You can let Debo walk. I'm okay with that. I mean, he's been good, but like he hasn't been somebody that I'm like, oh yeah, we definitely need to keep him either. So,
well,
I think on a cheap deal you could keep him.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I'm not paying him
in
more than 15 mil.
Yeah, you would have your top wide receivers.
Yeah, I'm not paying Debo more than 15 or 16 million per year. That's my heart. He's good. He's a starter, but he's definitely not the guy that, was
he
that
needs the right situation for him.
I mean, like I said, I'm there's a hard cap where I'm not bringing Debo back, and if he wants to leave, then so be it.
Yeah, that's the trend though in the NFC East. You got to have two really good wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I do want to say that I'm seeing some positive things from Colson Yankoff, undrafted guy.
What a name!
No comment.
All right. On that note, that's all that I got. Any other thoughts or before we move on?
No, we're good.
All right, JT, what's up?
I'm gonna give credit to your defense.
Oh yeah, we played good.
I'm really enjoyed just seeing them just kind of rattle Bo Nix and stuff, and really almost pull this game off with a victory.
Mm-hmm.
But I go back and look at the 2-point conversion. If Mariota was just floated up a little,
he was just trying to get it out.
The dude was open, like.
Look, and that's why he's a backup. Okay, that's why he's a backup. I'm not mad at him. He made an attempt. It's a hard throw. He was backpedaling. Okay, he was backpedaling. It's not an easy throw. Putting extra, I'm not mad at it. Look, it was a great defensive play.
Yeah. And Mariota played really well too.
Yeah, and I'll say, the difference between Joe Witt and Dan Quinn play calling is that Dan Quinn plays a lot more zone, and that's where our defense is best suited at, is the zone defense at this point.
There you go.
With our two starting corners out, you can't really do much else. Also, Mikey back on the outside is paying dividends. Mikey had a nice
learning.
Mikey had a nice big hit earlier in the game too, like that. That being said, that's all that I got.
Real quick before
you're learning.
Before we go to the Giants, the Denver Broncos swept the NFC East division.
Dang.
Do anybody know when was the last team to do it?
Oh, this would have been a good trivia question. You should have messaged me this. I would have posted this today. I don't know.
Patriots?
JT, you know? No?
Not.
It was the 2020 Cleveland Browns.
No.
Dang.
Yep, I remember now.
We were all
my boy
dead
Jalen
in
Smith
2020.
trying to catch.
2020 was when we won.
It was a weird
to
year.
a touchdown.
That was the year that we won the division with Ron
We were
Rivera.
all bad. We were
Yeah.
all not good.
Cleveland Browns swept the NFC East, so it's been 5 years.
Wild.
And
That's
then
wild.
a year later, we got Quinn as the coordinator for the defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead,
Nolan
Mel.
was pitiful. Maybe Eberflus is worse. I
No.
don't know.
You have
Come
to.
on,
That's
Mal.
why we're here.
Okay, so
Before you start, I just want to
Yeah.
say him kicking into the ground is the
okay,
is
let
the
me get there.
I'm just saying that just emphasizes your season as a whole. It just describes everything.
So, anyway,
You
I'm
got this,
getting
Mal.
it's a
got
chore,
this.
everybody. So, all right, Monday Night Football. Giants lose again, 11th loss. Here we go. Dak, as he says, 33-15 to the Patriots in Foxborough. Now, all right, well, first game without Shane Bowen as defensive coordinator, third game for Kafka as interim head coach, and Charlie Bullen did not have a good outing, guys. From the minute the game started, they just lacked intensity. They didn't look good coming out, none on all sides of the ball. Abdul Carter missed another meeting. Kid's not learning. Got benched for 2 drives. I don't know
what he did?
Do you know what he did?
I know exactly what he did. I won't go into detail of it, but it was something very wrong.
Yeah,
I wasn't
can't-
gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say
can't
it.
talk about that.
I know. It was bad.
But
Shame.
he's an idiot. Not learning clearly. But you got to be better. He did record his first sack yesterday, but in the end, who cares? I mean, nothing really went well this game. Special teams disaster, quite honestly, between the punt return touchdown, between Younghoe Koo kicking the ground, Jamie Gillen trying to save it with the fake. It's just a mess all across the board. Defense played slow and lazy. Jackson Dart was really the only one who did okay. I mean, he did have some plays, but man, he got popped. Trying to run up the sideline there. And listen, I think this whole narrative is getting a little blown out of proportion. I think that Jackson Dart, besides from that hit yesterday, wasn't even that reckless yesterday. I don't remember a moment besides him getting hit helmet to helmet on one of the runs, but that was the only time him not stepping out of bounds where I saw him being reckless with himself. So I think that narrative's getting a little lazy. I think that when you suscept yourself as a runner, as a quarterback, Josh Allen takes hits, Mahomes takes hits, Lamar takes hits. He'll get better with it. Hopefully he stays healthy. He said he's not changing the way that he plays, and I can't blame him. I think that's part of the reason why Daniel Jones developed so poorly, because we tried to change who he was as a player. In the end, though, I don't really have much to say about this game. None of it was really any good. From the minute at halftime, when we were down 30-7, I even knew that this team was defeated after that punt return touchdown. They're the type of team that folds when things go wrong within the first few minutes. So none of that was any good. Also, Mike Kafka was not allowing Dart to throw the ball. I don't understand the whole getting the run game going when you're down by 23. It just showed that he kind of knew that they were going to lose this game, didn't have them well prepared, no intensity. If this was a tryout for Kafka, he failed this one miserably. This would have been a big win for him when it came to his head coaching future. I think that was a tryout on the national stage, and bro looked lost. I don't get it. I mean, I get the not going for it on the 4th and 1 at your 20. I mean, yes, you're 2-10, you're out of playoff contention. What do you got to lose? Whatever. That I'm not as bent up about, but not allowing Jackson Dart to throw the ball when you're down by 23, at that point, just take him out. Put Jameis in. Let him hand off. If you're so concerned either about him getting hurt or whatever it is, I don't know a lot of questionable decisions yesterday, which led to today where Joe Shane had his bye-week presser, and let's just say the fans were not friendly. Won't comment on what some of the comments I saw under the YouTube special there. that wasn't some nice things. But honestly, gotta face the music. Gotta face the music, man. You had your part in how bad this team is. You've just as much as Dable, if not more. The beat reporters ate him alive. He was trembling up there. Literally looked like he saw a ghost. But honestly, face it. It's on you. This is the first time we've heard from him ever since this whole monstrosity of a season has happened. And gotta own it, man. You're part of the problem. Be lucky if you see the end of the season, because his words, Mara will be evaluating all football operations at the end of the season, sounded like a guy who doesn't think he's going to be here. Was asked about the head coaching search, same answer. So I don't know if him hiring the next head coach is a surefire deal.
I think that's smart. I don't think he should. If he's already on thin ice. And look, I work with a Giants fan, and he's like, "Oh, I like what Shane has done," and I'm like, He's like, "Well, no, we've only missed on a few picks." I'm like,
It's not even the fact of missing on picks. You're putting out a roster every single week that's not even showing up to compete. And yeah, did we a few games with some of the heavy hitters? Absolutely. And our team's going to have meltdowns. Look at the Bucks versus the Rams. Like, meltdowns happen. Things happen. We have an interim head coach, an interim DC who literally just stepped up this week. No excuses, because they didn't even look like they wanted to play last night. But New England was the way more physical team. Giants did not play as physical as they did. In the end, yeah, do I think New England is a good team? But they don't really move me either. There's things that can stop them too. So I agree with Maurice. I think any team's beatable at this point. It's just a matter of how it's executed from week to week. I think Patriots have definitely benefited from a very easy stretch of schedule. We'll see if it continues in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That's all I got.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Dude. And the correct song we said earlier about Bill Carter, there's some misinformation about why he sat those first two positions.
Steinberged.
Yes. So yeah.
Noted.
So let's get the right information out there. So
whoever posted that up there, shame on you.
Yeah.
Granted, though, it was like Underdog NFL 2, the one that does the betting, which they're like pretty reputable most of the time. So I'm shocked they fell for it as well.
Yeah, you gotta follow the right
They're
people.
Eating that cheese.
Yeah.
All right, any questions about the Giants?
Yeah, let's get to the NFL thing, which is technically an NFC East thing.
Yes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
We're about 10 minutes away. We're recording Tuesday night. 10 minutes away from the NFC East Hard Knocks first episode. We will react to it individually on our solo episodes coming up at the end of the week on YouTube.
Do we know where it's going to start at? Like what week?
That's a good question.
Is it this week? Like this previous week?
What, Hard Knocks?
I hope it was at the beginning of the season.
Is it?
I would think
They don't even know none what happened.
I've never watched the mid-season one
They
before.
do like the Super Bowl, so...
Yeah, well, they did, like one of the beat reporters, Madeline Burke, posted that they were at practice the other day. And that was the first I heard of it. So I don't know if it started last week. But man, I'm going to be really upset if I don't see Dable get fired. That's some stuff I need.
We need that camera.
I'm surprised the Giants agreed to do it after, last year.
Yeah.
I know. Honestly,
I already know.
We need that same camera
Jerry,
in Joe Shane's office. That same camera. That had Mara on it, talking about he's going to have a bad day of Saquon goes to Eagles.
Bad dreams. Yeah, he's going to have a rough night sleeping. Yeah.
He's been taking L after L, John. Hope he gets better.
Yeah.
Not a good
take that
season for
melatonin
him.
to get some sleep.
Mm-hmm.
All I know was Saquon winning that Super Bowl really just grinded his gears.
I think we're past that at this point. We got our own problems.
They're definitely going to highlight that.
Yeah.
We got our own problems.
Yeah. But I'm can't wait to watch it. It was about 8 minutes away. This is going to be really good.
And we finished in 8 minutes. You'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah.
All right, next episode.
Not that. No, this episode, my friend. This episode. Anyway, That being said, let's get to JT's favorite segment.
Video games. No, I'm kidding. It's who?
That's his other podcast. If you want to check that out,
Video games.
He does do video games.
Cater Chaos. This week, Tekken 8 Miyazu has released. So
I don't know what that means, but I'll support you, Earl.
Don't worry about it.
Tekken? You know what Tekken is?
No, I don't play video games.
Okay, fair.
It's like the video game version of like the arcade. Well, no, Mortal Kombat is arcade. Never mind. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I love Mortal Kombat.
I said kinda. Or JT,
Okay, I'm just
chill.
saying I love Mortal Kombat.
No. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to JT. JT's giving me the side look like I said something blasphemous. I said kind of. Okay, it's not the same. I know that.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
It's a fighting game. Put it
Hardly
like that.
I was
any
explaining
blood.
it in a way that I think she would
Hardly any
have.
blood. Actually, technically, no blood.
Yeah,
there's
don't
no
want blood. No.
Yeah.
No blood. But that's for Friday. We talking football here.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for Who's That Football Player? How about them Cowboys?
How
This
about him?
player back in the 1998 season had 1 forced fumble, 4 sacks, 36 total tackles, 30 of them were solo. This player's career awards is a three-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Pro Bowler. Maurice, Mal, who's that football player?
I think I know this one.
I'm between
Go
two.
ahead.
If he was the player that was highlighted for making one of the biggest blunders in Super Bowl history, there was like a mini doc on him called Leon Lett.
Yeah, I think it's Leon Lett too. I was between him and
No
Greg
final
Ellis.
answers?
Greg
Yes.
Ellis, Leon. Yeah, I'm gonna go Leon Lett.
It's Leon Lett.
Earl,
Yeah.
you have a terrible poker face.
When he said it, I smiled because I was
Yeah.
like, I remember that.
It was,
Yeah.
it was a blunder. It was a blunder.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a couple of blunders, even when it snowed in Texas. You know it's crazy when it snows in Texas. That hardly ever happens.
That was in
Mhm.
Texas Stadium.
And,
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
It was a Thanksgiving Day game. Huh.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Jerry Jones on the sideline with Michael Irvin celebrating. All you saw was their reaction change, but the camera
Saw a
stayed.
jersey, white jersey with a star on it. Just like, I'm going to touch the ball. And it was like,
What?
I was a kid and knew, you don't touch the ball.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, Leon Lett. I wanted this to be the football player for this week because I'm looking at the progression of how my interior linemen are doing, especially on the defensive line. And I get like vibes of the Leon Lett and the Tony Tolbert and stuff like that. And it just kind of brings the Russell Maryland too. Yeah. I get vibes of that like Super Bowl team where that was the last time we had legit interior defensive linemen, regardless of Leon Lett's silliness on a play or two. This dude was an immediate impact guy, especially on the defensive line. So I want to give credit to him, salute to him. He was also a former assistant coach with Dallas as well. So I just want to give him a shout out.
That's fair.
All
That's
right.
fair.
Poll question.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I forgot one thing. Dallas Cowboys signed running back Israel Abanikanda. He's a running back.
Is he
off
from the Jets?
Packers.
Well, he was drafted by the Jets.
And the Packers as well.
Mhm.
So he's the practice squad guy, but I think they might bump him up to the main roster. I'm excited. This dude is for real, but I'll get into that later. Mark
You
Schultz.
know who's been screaming for him to come to your team? J Tuck.
Mm-hmm.
Since for like the
Me
past
too.
year or two, he's been like, I want
Yep.
Izzy. Yeah.
He was on my draft board.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Great minds think alike.
Truly.
But go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
you good.
Trivia.
Poll question.
Oh, poll.
Poll
My bad.
question. New York Giants fans, what type of mindset would you like your next head coach to have, offensive or defensive? Now, on Twitter, it was 50-50. But on Facebook, it was heavily defensive. Now, I think, yes. Are the defensive struggles real? Yes, they are. Do we need a guy to come in like a Saleh, who, not saying to get Robert Saleh, but like a Saleh, who can transform this unit as a head coach, yes. Now, do I think what will be more important for Dart's development? An offensive-minded head coach.
Yeah.
So I think the Giants are in a spot where they can't really go wrong with either one, but I think that Jackson Dart will benefit more from an offensive guy compared to a defensive guy.
Is
That's
there
just
any
my
guy
take.
you're thinking of at this point, or on either side, or no?
I haven't even really started looking yet. I want to see at the end of the season where we're at, because it all depends if my GM is still here.
That's fair.
So
yeah, that's true.
All right.
And you also can account that you guys did that beforehand. Like, wasn't Joe Judge some defense, or was he like a special teams guy?
Judge is more offensive.
And okay,
Yeah.
Ben McAdoo.
Oh, I don't know what Mac could do. He's just a bum. Sorry, that was mean. Sorry, that was really mean.
Funny. That was funny.
Sorry, that was mean.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I think y'all experimented with it, and just off of like ratio of it.
So
I couldn't remember if he was offense or defense.
Yeah, he's offensive too. He was the offensive coordinator for the Giants and quarterback coach for Green Bay.
So it seems like I don't think you've had a defensive coach.
No, the only one would have been
Coughlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coughlin. Yeah, I think
Coughlin.
you need to go defense here. I think try defense. I mean, there's
Try
plenty
something
of good
because I think the last few has been offense. So try defense this time.
Yeah.
Why not?
You could always hire away Vic Fangio, get him away from the Eagles.
He's not taking a head coach position.
So we got an Eagles trivia question this week. The question is, which former Philadelphia Eagles linebackers assistant is currently the DC of the Temple Owls? I will say Maurice should have an advantage because he is a Temple's Owls fan, so this should be relatively easy for him. But let's see if you other guys can get this.
Dog, I have no idea.
JT?
There's no way he knows this.
There's no way.
No way.
Actually, he surprises me, so he might know it.
I feel like he knows it. He's just playing us.
No, I'm really thinking because it was like Temple had two of them there, but one left. So this is like the current one.
This
is current.
I said currently the DC of the Temple Owls.
Yeah.
Brian Smith.
Maurice, is he right?
He's correct.
He got it.
I don't know how he knew that.
That is the most basic name. I should have guessed that.
Now, JT, you've already guessed my system of how I chose trivia questions this go around. How is Brian Smith? Because he didn't never play college at UDEL or Del State. Why did I still choose him?
Mm-hmm.
Did I stump him?
That's not even part of the.
Yeah, it's not part of the question.
You said you were going to figure it out.
No, I figured out that one, but I had a feeling it was a theme, but.
It is a theme.
You got him.
I think I got him.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up in Delaware.
I just knew it was something like that.
I got something to throw.
Some sort of affiliation with Delaware.
You gotta throw the Dollar General gift card. Lucas did.
I mean, I got a Shell gift card if you want to do that this time.
Gift card.
I got a lot of Shell gift cards, actually. And a Wawa one.
But I had, this common theme. The first one was West Virginia. This one was the theme of Delaware. I'm very intrigued on what he's going to do.
What am I going to do next? I don't know.
What is he going to do? Stay tuned.
Why don't you start dabbling in some of our college teams?
I could, but I feel like that would be easier for one person than the others.
Yeah, I wonder who.
I don't know. In the meantime, let's go ahead and wrap things up because Hard Knocks is officially live on HBO Max now, and we are going to sign off. So who's signing off for us today?
It's gonna be me today. So I want to thank everybody for listening to our podcast this week. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, 14 Rings of NFC East podcast. That is where we have our exclusive game preview individual episodes, and we will also be going over our opinion on the Hard Knocks episode that week. So make sure that you subscribe there so you can see DC Football 101 with Lucas, Philly Cooking with Maurice, Barbershop Talk with JT, and then NYG Forecast with Mel. Make sure you subscribe to us on all of our other platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. Make sure you follow us on our socials, X, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, at 14 Rings and NFC East Podcasts. Y'all have a great one. See ya.
Deuces.
Birch.
DC for life. Keep your head on the swivel.
Raise
Blessings.
hell.